Hello, welcome back to Woody Bay and another edition of Steam on the Moor. You join us on a very wet day after an extremely dry and busy August. Today we're going to take you around and give you a catch up on some of the things that have been going on as well as the operating railway. We're going to look at locomotives, carriage shelter and of course items around the site. So here in the locomotive shed it's always busy. There's always the various jobs and tasks going on. Now I'm on the footplate of Sir George Newnes here and you can see the back plate's been removed. This is because the locomotive is due its annual boiler exam. Today the boiler inspector's had a look inside with it all being empty and dry. Next week he's going to come back and see it in steam and that recertificates it for the next 12 months. So we have 3 diesel locomotives here on the railway. And we've started a programme here with Pilton of actually tidying up, smartening up the bodywork, where they've all been outside in the Exmoor weather for quite a while. This locomotive's had new body panels which actually open sideways rather than lift off. It's had corrosion dealt with. It's had all of it tidied up and it's had a really smart coat of paint by our paint shop people. It's had the nameplates repositioned and crests added into something that we think looks really smart. So while we're here in the locomotive shed, we've got to mention Van 23 chassis, which is here in front of me. We've mentioned this before in previous videos. Now the work on this has slowed down a bit over the summer because we have a busy railway to run and we have locomotives and carriages to maintain and we've done a lot of shed improvements. But work on this will progress more over the winter and we'll keep you up to date. So we often get asked, what's happened to Axe since its boiler ticket ran out? Well, the answer is, here it is. It's safe, dry, warm and secure here in the paint shop. And there's going to be more news on this shortly, talking about the overhaul and its fundraising to make this engine run again. So something that's new around the site, here at Woody Bay and at Cheltenham and at the old Station Inn, is these Rail 200 interpretation boards. You may have seen these in our previous videos. We've designed these to pass on as much information, historical and social, about the railway to our visitors. Here at the site of the carriage shelter, there's been an awful lot of work going on over the summer. We've got all the footings dug out, we've got the concrete coming tomorrow to pour ready for that. The building is on order, and you can see behind me the hard-working track gang finishing off all the track alterations that make access to the shelter possible. So something that's largely unseen by most people over the operating season is the training of new volunteers into operational roles. You might see people on the footplate, you may have seen people shadowing the guard, working levers, shunting around the site. All the training that goes into making people ready to operate the railway in the future. Of course, we can't show you absolutely everyone and everything that's going on. The shop behind me is busy and is manned all the time. The cafe is busy all the way through the summer. We've got woodland work going on, maintenance on the building, site work, track work, a whole host of things. Now, most of this work is carried out by volunteers, and we're always looking for new volunteers. If you fancy doing something different, learning new skills, why not look at the website, look at volunteering and drop us a line. We have to say a huge thank you for all of the positive comments and support we've received over doing these videos. And remember, don't forget to share, like, comment, tell your friends, and why not come and visit the railway, and we'll see you next time.